Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to be going into some tools that I actually purchased for work. So if you guys follow the channel, you guys may know that I am in the paintless dent removal industry, so that's what I do for work. I haven't shared with you a whole lot of like my actual tools that I use. I've done like a work van tour, but haven't really gone into any of the tools. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, please just let me know. But today I have received some of the items that I've recently ordered. I finally picked up my first big PDR light or hail light. Usually I use one that is powered by my DeWalt 20 volt batteries, and it's got a suction cup on it. It mounts to like any panel that I need it to, which is fantastic depending on, you know, whether I'm working mobile or anything like that. But there are a lot of instances where I'm inside working in a shop or something like that, and doing larger damage or a lot of damage, and moving this little light around and running it off the 20 volts can be kind of a pain in the butt. Whereas one of the big lights really comes in handy for hail damage, larger damage, or even smaller stuff if you're working indoors. And so luckily for you guys don't have to wait because you're watching the video. But right now I've received everything that I've purchased in the last 2 weeks except for the stand that holds the light. So you'll see it in this video, but currently I'm still waiting for it. So we're gonna go over a few of the smaller items that I purchased, and then we'll get into installing this light on the stand using the magnetic mount. So if you guys are in the PDR industry, I went with the Stuckey extra large light with the magnetic ball or the never loose mount, and then I went with the ultra stand. So whether you guys are into PDR or not, you guys will see what I'm talking about here in a minute. We'll be mounting up the light and going over some of the other tools that I have recently purchased, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and get right into this. If you guys are wondering, I purchased these items from Anson and Elimadent. If you guys know the PDR industry, you know those two brands or companies. And if you're not, if you're a mechanic, I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this on my channel are mechanics and stuff like that. Professional PDR stuff is a lot like your tool truck brand stuff. Like Anson, they have a truck, but it's kind of like your Snap-on and stuff of the PDR industry. So pricing is usually not very friendly. So this is the Carbon Tech X bar, and this is used for removing damage like hail damage to the roof of a vehicle. This portion here will go above the door framing, and the straps will hang down in the window. So just imagine this shut in the door. This bar sits up here. This hangs down below. You can adjust where that bar is so it's closer to the roof, and then you can leverage off of it as far as fixing damage. But this is 16 or 18 inches wide, and it is a 1-inch carbon rod. This does run $125, so I'll post a picture up in here for you guys so you guys can see that. But that is that portion. Next one is a tool called a flat bar. You can get these in different shapes and sizes and designs. This one is from Dentcraft, USA made. It is chrome plated, not all of them are, and this runs $100. I used my boss's a few times, and I decided, you know what, this is a really handy tool to have, so I purchased one myself. This is fantastic for some door situations and a lot of fender repairs. This is fantastic for fenders. You have basically a 90-degree bend up here with a fairly decent tip on it, and then on this end you have your straight. You can see the tip there, and then it does have an interchangeable tip also. It does come with this tip, and then you can change it out for any other tip depending on your situation. But like I said, this is fantastic for fenders, like when you have damage on body lines and stuff. This is fantastic. It gets up there in that fender liner, and you can leverage off the tire and fix damage that way. So that is a $100 flat bar from Dentcraft. Next up is, just so you guys know, both of those products were from Anson. Same thing with this. The only thing I got from Elimadent in this video is going to be the stand itself, and that's what I'm waiting on. So here is I have the Stuckey light, I'll show you guys in a minute. It came with a battery. I ordered a spare battery pack. So if you guys aren't in the PDR industry, just know that a lot of these larger lights are ran off of a larger battery. Well, the Stuckey is the only one in the industry that I know of that actually runs on its own battery pack. You don't have to run battery cables from the light down to the 25-pound battery. This is a 1-pound battery, so it makes for an extremely light setup and very versatile setup. The battery pack mounts to the light itself. There's no cables necessary or anything like that, and makes life really easy. So 1-pound battery, and it does have a battery life indicator, the charging port, a USB port, and the on-off switch. And so not only is this light, but you get about 6 to 8 hours of battery life out of this with, I believe, 3 LEDs on. The Stuckey light does have a total of 6 as far as the extra large. And so I got 2 of them, and the extra battery is $100, and it comes with the battery pack and the charger for it as well. And then here's the mount that will attach my Stuckey light to the Ultra stand. This is called the Never Loose Magnetic Light Mount by Carbon Tech, the same people that made the window bar. So this, and then you basically just have some mounting hardware and this tool to separate the two, is $268. You ask me, that's a little bit ridiculous for a mount. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the best mounts available. I won't argue that, but $268 is a little bit ridiculous. You pay about $400 to $700 for a lot of the large lights, and to pay almost that on just the mount, yep, somebody's getting loaded off of this. But I will tell you, it is a good mount. A buddy of mine at work uses it, and I had to get one, especially if I was getting this light and everything. So here's the ball mount. This part will attach to the light itself, and then this collared sleeve here will adapt to the stand. I'll show you in this video. And then this is where the ball attaches to, and you can swivel your light on that ball. So you guys will see that later on in this video. But once again, that is basically $270. And because I spent $615 for the light, $900 after that, $10, $11, $1,200 on the stuff sitting right here, they went ahead and sent some awesome free products in with it, and that being some glue tabs of various different brands and shapes and sizes. I'm pretty excited to try this one out for body lines. There's some other design glue tabs. So you get a handful of those. You get a bubblegum glue stick. I have this stuff, I've used it. It's probably my second favorite that I've used so far. I've probably tried 8 or 9 different glues. So this will get used for sure. And then they sent a koozie and about 15 to 20 stickers. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at the light, and then we'll go ahead and get it. We'll go ahead and get the mount, light, and stand put together. We got the Ultra dent stand or light stand in. Here's everything included. I'll show you everything. So you get your information here, just everything that's included. So you have your connector that connects from the battery to the cord of whatever light you're running. This will be used if you're running literally any light but the Stuckey light, basically. So I will not be using this because mine comes with, the Stuckey light has its own internal battery. So, and then you have the upper arm, pivoting arm, and the clamp up there, the battery tray, the swivel casters. You get 4 locking swivel casters, and I think these are upgraded from any of the other guys I'm working with. They've had theirs for a few years, so I think they've upgraded their wheels. So these are a nice rubber one instead of like the cheaper plastic ones, and I like the locking mechanism on these as well. So a nice little upgrade there. Then you got the arm that goes up and your legs that go out. So we'll go ahead and get this thing assembled. right, so here's the stand. Assembly was extremely easy. So the casters are definitely upgraded. They're not the same. They're all locked right now. The stand is very sturdy. This locks the length of the legs on both sides, if you guys can see that. You got the locks here for the tower portion. You have a lock up here for your height, so you can adjust the height. Then you have your ratcheting handle here for loosening this arm. And then you can also pull out and kind of rotate it wherever you want. And then it's as simple as that. So let's go ahead and get the never loose connector on here. So first thing we're gonna have to do is remove this boot off the end. And then we'll take our collar here and actually slide this. So we got the inner collar on here. Now we can go ahead and slide this on. And we'll just go ahead and snug those up. Now this is on here securely. Simple enough, right? I'll come back with a light ratchet and kind of snug those up. But now we'll get the other half of the never loose mount mounted onto the actual light. Okay, so I want to say the Stuckey light is one of the only ones that actually comes with the actual hardware for installing the never loose mount or connector, whatever you want to call it. Just want to kind of center this on here and just snug them up. Don't go overkill. You don't want to bust it. The mount comes with other hardware as well, but we don't need any of that. This can simply now be mounted to the stand. Now I do suggest using some counterweight, whether you toss an old battery on the back of there or if you have a 10-pound weight or whatnot. I do suggest putting a little bit of weight on the back side of the stand if you have it all the way out and up high, but it seems to be doing fine right now. But I also don't want to take the chance of dropping this thing. It's low. And then, like, I have a cool and a warm light on, warm light, warm light. So we'll go ahead and shut them all off. Turn the warms on. And then you can do alternating, whether you want warm, cool, or cool, warm, cool. And then you can run all of them. I don't think it's really necessary, but if that's what you prefer, you can do that with this light. And with just 3 lights on, you get 6 to 7 hours of runtime. I either like to run cool, or opposite, just depending on the dent and its shape and depth and everything. So that's still turned down pretty far. So there's dim and bright. So very nice, easy to swivel, holds very well. So let's go ahead and put it next to my car and see things that I don't want to see. So keep in mind, this is like this because it had a very poor previous paint job by a father and son, and it had a lot of dirt nibs and high spots. And I'm wrapping the car, and I don't want little prick spots in the wrap. So don't mind all the scuff marks right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look at this. So you can see some damage rippling there. Now I had to be careful with this car because I'm not sure how much body filler is in this car or anything like that when repairing it. Scoot the light back, maybe turn it down a little bit. So here, you can see some body work in there. You'll never see it with a wrap on it, so I'm not too worried about this stuff, but definitely a really nice light. Excited to have it. We'll be testing it out a lot over the next few days. So once again, that's the extra large Stuckey light with the never loose mount and the ultra stainless steel stand. And then I also included some other items that I randomly purchased as well. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more on some of these tools that I use and any future purchases, please just let me know, and I'd be glad to, you know, make some videos on them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts, or if you guys have used this light or what you decided to go with. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. See you guys next time.